These sprinklers would be working great if they were supposed to be on right now, but they're not. So today I'm going to try and fix that. But I just got through taking apart one of the sprinklers from a good zone, and then one of the valves from a good zone, and then one of the valves from the zone that won't close. And it looks like this part right here is what I'm missing on the one that won't close. So I think that's what I need to replace. I guess the last person who worked on it just forgot to put this back here or lost it, or I don't know. I think that I can fix it. I think that I can fix it today without even having to order a part. So I'm gonna go and then try to make this. Now I'm gonna walk you through exactly how I'll make this part. In fact, in the end, we're gonna have the part printed, and then we're gonna take it outside, fit it up, and hopefully everything's gonna work, and that's gonna be great. So first we gotta start by getting measurements, looking at the part itself, seeing how we're gonna create it, and we start there with just measuring it. So I'm gonna take some calipers and get to it. First, let's just trace this so that we can make a little diagram. All right, say 49.9. Yeah, let's call it 30. Let's check out the distance of the holes from the edge. Let's just round these. 2.2. I don't know that we'll actually need it. The next thing that we need is the profile, like 2 cylinders stacked on top of each other with a curve on the top and on the bottom. 4.4 and 4. 47.88. Let's do 47.9 since this is 49.9, so it's 2 millimeters left. 7.9. I don't think I really need this piece now. I know that it curves, and this distance doesn't matter. Can't really get the calipers in, but let's look at how this pencil tip falls. Looks like about half the depth of this, about 2. Sure. We may need to use that, we may not. And I think that's all we need. Let's take our numbers here and see if we can't design the part in 3D. Like I said before, this shape is essentially 2 cylinders. So we're gonna make our first cylinder, select the plane, center point, and the bottom cylinder is 47.9 and 4 millimeters tall. And these are all from those measurements that we just took down. Select the top face as the plane, center point, and this one is 49.9 and 4.4. I put a hole through it. The face, center, snap. This extent we're gonna say to all, which puts a hole all the way through it. And yeah, we got 30 millimeters there as the width. Got our little donut. The next part is to make our top and bottom edges. I'm gonna start with the bottom. We're gonna use the hole tool again. Select this face, put it in the center, and just bring it close-ish to the edge. It doesn't matter. Let's change the extent to distance. And for this distance, that 2 millimeters that we talked about from the bottom edge, we're gonna use that. And let's see, can I get I guess it's going to make me type it in. So the width of the bottom portion is 47.9, so let's say 46. That's how wide we're going to make that. Doesn't really have to be exact. Now we can use the fillet tool. Select the right thing first. Select this inner edge. Let's zoom in a little bit. Need that one. Fillet tool. Yeah. Right there. Cool. Same thing on the top. Hole. Center. Bring it close to the edge. And for this one, we're going to make it, the top portion is 4.4. We're going to just make it 4. That shouldn't cut into the edge. If we bring it down too low, it's going to drop below this face inside, and that's going to be a problem for printing it. Potentially. Fillet this inner part. Oh yeah. That's the basic shape. Now we just need to add a couple holes. Alright, fan's kicking on. Computer's getting hot. For the holes, I'm gonna make some, or the pressure relief holes, I suppose. We're gonna use the box tool. I'm gonna make them 4.5 long and 3 wide. Should be plenty big enough to print. Just align this. Click in here. And for the height, we know this total height of this thing is 8.4, so we'll make that the height of it. Doesn't matter, you can make it taller and just like stretch it out to any arbitrary length, and that'll make more sense once we get to how we apply this shape. Now we need to move this shape because we want to center it. So I'm going to select point to point, and I'm going to move the center point to the center point, and select bodies here. I redo it essentially. Make sure bodies is selected for move object type. Selection, we select our body we're going to move. Center point, and then the target point is going to be right here. Don't want to create a copy. Alright, now let's select all the corners because I want to round this. And we're going to use that fillet tool again. Boom. Alright, let's look at this from top down. We're going to move this into place. Make sure again, select body. Here we're going to translate. Selection. Say right there. That's in place. Now we can do the circular pattern. Pattern type bodies. Oh. No, pattern type bodies. Select our axis, which will be the y-axis. Let's look at it from the top. You can see clearly what's going on. How many do we want? Like a clock? Like a clock. That should be good. One more? Yeah, I like 13. So now we see all these that we have. Select them all. Actually, it's not really necessary. We're going to combine them. And clear our tool bodies. We're going to select all these. And for the target body is going to be the donut shape. And leave the operation at cut. Uncheck new component and keep tools. And there we go. Finished part, that'll do it. Now the last part is to send a Cura. So we'll go to the tools menu and hit make. Select our body here. Send a 3D print utility. Print utility, we'll select Cura, that's the one I use. Hit OK. And then it's going to jump over there. In Cura, we're going to print this upside down. Because it goes in. I'm just going to print one. I want to do generate support where it's touching the build plate. So one thing to note on this part is I've changed the wall line count to 4 because where the part transitions from the bottom piece to the top piece to the smaller diameter, I want that extra bit of overlap there, which you can see it overlaps right here. So I'll go down and up. And if it were only 3 or even 2 outer lines, it just wouldn't overlap enough, and I don't think the part would be strong enough. So that's it. Next step is off to printing. We're going to fit this on, see what it does. Alright, so here's one valve. And so the ring seat, this one might be hard to see because it's black on black. The ring seat goes with the more narrow side down. And it sits right there. When you're putting this valve back together, one of the more important parts to line up is this little hole right here goes to this little hole right here. It will not work otherwise. And if you screw it down without checking the alignment of that or making sure that this little rubber seal doesn't go into there, you'll screw it down tight and potentially mar that seal to where it won't sit right anymore, and then your valve won't function. Alright, let's tighten that up. Okay, awesome. Parts changed out, water's back on, sprinklers are not on. That just leaves one thing to test, that when the sprinklers are turned back on, they come out of the ground. So let's go test that now. Be right back. Alright, not bad. Now, we just have to wait for them to... They got a little COVID here going on, but get it cut. Alright, now these gotta go off. God dang it. Ah, cool. Now we just gotta wait and make sure that they actually go off. And then, we'll be done. How cool is that? We took a part that was broken. Normally we'd have to order that, but we fixed it from our own house and then reinstalled it same day, and everything's working. Like, that's awesome. So hopefully we can find some more things like that to do, and yeah, I'll make some more videos. We'll see. But thanks for watching. Don't know how to end this one. I feel like that's it though, right? Like, we did it.